So I'm gonna call this meeting to order. And we've got a few items on our agenda. The first thing was we were looking at renaming the finance director. Come to find out, in the JSAP and in everything else, except for on the title on the spreadsheet that we use, it already says Comptroller Finance. So we're just gonna go ahead and put that with that because in the JSAP study, her salary is figured on that basis. We'll look at the JSAP the new JSAP when it comes out, and see if we need to make adjustments in that area. The second thing was I sent job descriptions, I know, to the personnel, or had them sent to the personnel committee for the juvenile offices. Some information has come to my attention. The senior judge for the juvenile committee and the supervisor for the juvenile officer have not seen these. They're going to be forwarded to them. They're going to look them over, and then they're going to get back with us on a recommendation on that. So I'm going to recommend that we table that for today. So I think we probably need a motion on that.
I'll second it.
All in favor? All right. The next thing that we had on our agenda that I wanted to bring up is some old business. We discussed last year looking at a longevity package for everyone in the county. This would not include elected officials. I want y'all to mull this over because when we come back to look at this juvenile with recommendations from the judge and everything, I'd like to discuss it some more at that point. I talked with Michael. He thinks that we can probably do it. I'd like to put it in with the budget at the first of the year. I'd just like to have a recommendation in there for them to do it at that time. Basically, the one that I came up with was $100 a year for each year they're employed, up to a maximum of 20 years. So that would cap it at $2,000. What that does is that always separates the very newest person from the next person they hire, or from the people that were hired before them. If y'all have a different recommendation, we can discuss that, but that's where I thought we should start, and possibly after the elections.
How did you come up with 100?
It's just a figure we
Round
looked
figure to
at.
start with?
Yes. And, I think everybody's worried about the economy, but I think this is something we can do without any problem, and then see how the economy is going in a year or so and look at readjusting it.
We're not including.
Yeah, I know.
They couldn't afford me.
I know.
Well, there's several of the elected officials we couldn't afford. So, is that something y'all are interested in discussing, at least
Yes.
at the next meeting? Sure. And I think Justice McDonald had something he'd like to bring up.
Yes, I'd like to bring it up, and as we know, we often coming up, and we're coming up on a holiday that's very, celebrated in the African American community, something that actually the federal government has, also, considered a holiday, Juneteenth. I don't know if everybody's familiar with Juneteenth. I think it's something that we should celebrate and honor as a county. I think it would show great, progress, and we want to honor that holiday, give some employees a day off, and I think it would be a good thing as far as for going forward in the progress.
If you would,
It's a federal
It's a federal holiday.
We don't
Every
recognize
state.
it at county.
Last year was the first year that it became a federal holiday,
Right,
wasn't it?
and the governor has declared it a state Memorial Day, but it is not a state holiday. Now, they can do proclamations, and as I pointed out, this is within the judge's realm. He can declare any day he so desires a holiday, but It can come as a recommendation too. It can come as any holiday you can recognize.
So how many holidays are we currently recognizing at the county level?
About 12, I think it is. You sent it to me the other day.
12?
I don't know the exact
Just a
number.
minute, I'll get it for you. Holidays. So she sent it to me because I had looked at it before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And those 12, January 1st, then we do Martin Luther King Jr., Robert E. Lee birthday same day, third Monday in January, George Washington's birthday, and Daisy Gaston Bates Day, third Friday or third Monday in February, Good Friday, before Easter, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving. I'm counting that because Thursday and Friday, we get both those days, and Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So that's a total of 12 days.
Justice Cecil, and I don't wanna put you on the spot at all, but can you give us a background on Juneteenth?
Juneteenth was the day that actually, it's usually like June the 19th, that due to when slavery was abolished, that the people in the state of Texas found out June the 19th from the previous date, and so they actually celebrate June the 19th. The celebrations have now trended up into something that's like nationwide. So I know a lot of celebrations throughout the state are going on just to celebrate that day. So I do think it would be a great thing for us to do.
The city of Marvel does something.
Yeah, the city of Blythe actually
They
is off
recognize
that
it as a
Monday.
holiday.
They got it off that Monday.
Well, we've got a significant African
So,
American
yeah,
community
so I
in the
think that
county.
would.
I think it
This
was
is
a year or two after the Civil War.
Right.
Andy was-
I can't remember exactly how
I
many
think
years.
at least a year
Yeah,
after.
yeah, so.
Before the word got down to Galveston or Houston.
Galveston, yeah.
Wherever it was.
Right. So I think it would be a great thing for us to do.
In the prior 100 years before that, and we were already moving in that direction, but it was such a controversial subject. It took them 100 years to.
Right.
Actually recognize it.
Yeah, the city of Blytheville does recognize it as a holiday. I always know I'm gonna be off next Monday. Because we do take it, it falls on Sunday. this year.
Sunday, it's on Sunday.
So we'll celebrate it on Monday in the city. Cecil, Justice McDonald called me and asked me about it, and I didn't even think about it. I called and did some checking because I actually thought the governor had declared the state holiday, but he didn't. I got some exact wording out.
I'm not on the committee, but I could support it.
Cindy, have you got, we've got some material that's, pertains to that.
I think that we waited so long this time that it's gonna be a difficult thing to do.
Oh, you just told me the judge was declaring it today.
He can, but I think he takes into consideration, are we having court that day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that is also our finance meeting, so we would have to look at moving it as well as if we had any court that day.
We discussed it, in the judge's office, and, yes, please, if we can, and, you know, court is scheduled months in advance, and it is really out of the county's control over when we can schedule court, because it doesn't come from within the county, from without the county. So, as it turns out, at that time, on the 16th, they are not having court, and all the judges are at a conference, I believe. So,
Friday the 17th.
on the 16th, no, on the 17th, you're correct.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they'll be in that conference.
Right. We do have court scheduled for Monday. We could do it on Monday, but then all the county employees wouldn't be, you know, it wouldn't be very fair if we had the advantage of sick a day. So I did speak with, several leaders in the area. Did not find anything against celebrating that day on the Friday rather than on the Monday. So what we'll do this year, we'll be better prepared next year, but this year, we'll make it that, Friday, June 17th. And, I also, am working with a group that's gonna be celebrating, that, and, we're going to aid them on that celebration as far as getting them, a speaker stand and, a kind of a stage area and things such as that. So we're working in that area right now. But, the proclamation, is finished and it's already been, each of y'all, I think you've got a file marked copy. It's been filed in the, county, clerk's office, and if we've got just a minute, I'll go ahead and read that. This is Mississippi County Arkansas Office of the County Judge, a proclamation. Whereas Juneteenth Independence Day is the oldest annual celebration of the end of slavery in the United States, and whereas Juneteenth Independence Day advocates racial reconciliation and healing, and whereas African Americans have attained astonishing achievement while defeating powerful and sometimes violently racist opposition on their path to true equality, and whereas Juneteenth Independence Day celebrates African American freedom while encouraging self-improvement and genuine respect for all cultures, and whereas President Joseph R. Biden Jr. signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act on June 18th, 2021, declaring a federal holiday, as he called upon Americans to acknowledge and celebrate the end of the Civil War and the emancipation of Black Americans, and commit together to eradicate systematic racism that still undermines our founding ideals and collective prosperity. And whereas Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson signed the Juneteenth Independence Day proclamation on April 6, 2022, and called upon Arkansans to stand up in the face of bigotry and help bring our country and our state a step closer to victory in the long march towards social justice. And whereas Juneteenth Independence Day not only commemorates the past, but also propels us into the future that rejects systematic racism, inequality, and injustice, while rejoicing in our incredible capacity to heal, hope, and change. Therefore, let it be resolved that I, John Allen Nelson, County Judge of Mississippi County, Arkansas, do hereby proclaim Friday, June 17th, 2022, as Juneteenth Independence Day in Mississippi County to be celebrated as a county holiday, and I further ask that all Mississippi County citizens join me in recommitting ourselves to the work of equality, or equity, equality, and justice. And I'll add that our path to prosperity and success depends on if we all pull the rope in the same direction. And it should have been done a long time ago, but I'm grateful that we're heading in that direction, and it's just another step closer towards where we need to be.
Thank you, sir.
And the judge is taking care of this year, but we wanna fix it permanently.
Absolutely, I think we should. I think
So do we have a motion?
I would like the motion that Juneteenth become an annual celebration for Mississippi County.
And if we want to make that date on the Monday,
Well, I think,
Justice McDonald,
can we make it where it fluctuates with, cause if it falls, like, if it falls, the day falls, where we could do it Friday or Monday pertaining to.
I think that's gonna be, we can. I think that's gonna be hit and miss.
Okay.
And inevitably, I think there'll be times when the court will be in session, but in order for people to plan their calendar,
You know, make it.
might be better just to make it the Monday.
The Monday
The third
before.
Monday
maybe,
of
or
June.
not.
Well, I think
Monday
it
of-
it's when everybody else celebrates it.
Okay, well, we can fall with everybody else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, the federal will fall on the 19th.
which will be the Monday.
Will be, well, on the 19th, whatever day.
So it could be a
Oh,
federal
I see.
holiday on a
Yeah.
Wednesday, you could have a federal holiday on a Wednesday.
That's right, okay.
Yeah, unless it falls on a Saturday or a
Right.
Sunday,
And
then
then
usually
they
they
celebrate
go
usually
Friday.
do it
Right.
Monday.
Either Friday or Monday.
Yeah, I think think that would be,
That's what we actually state in our policy, if we make it a holiday, and I'm not where it's stated either way. If you take it on Monday, it always gives people a 3-day weekend to look forward to.
right,
If it falls on a Wednesday, then they have to work 2 days, have a day off, and take the next one. I don't care, either way.
I follow February.
I'd follow whatever the federal does.
Follow
I mean, we have to set,
I
we
agree.
just have to set the calendar every year doing it, but that's
Yeah.
what I would do.
I would say let's follow the federal.
I think that'd be a good idea.
So it's-
That way we'll all be on the same
Calendar.
page.
Yes, yes, sir.
So that's your motion.
it's as simple as
I second
that.
it.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
So,
All in favor? Any opposed? So that will be a resolution, we'll have to have a resolution to amend our policy and procedure, our personnel policy, to add Juneteenth as a holiday, which if it falls on Friday or Saturday, it'll follow the federal. Falls on a Friday, or if it falls on Saturday, we'll celebrate on Friday. If it falls on Sunday, we will celebrate on Monday.
And how do we wanna present, do we wanna present that to the corn board?
It would be, yes, we have to amend the policy, the personnel policy, that will take effect on next year's holiday.
so I have a question. So, if it falls again like it did this year where the courts are open,
They'll just
I
know
think-
not to
They'll be
schedule
noticed.
court. They'll have it on their calendar at the end of the year. Leslie will know that the offices will be closed that day, so she wouldn't schedule it. And then how that
So-
works.
so
So
that-
Leslie doesn't schedule.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That
That's
comes
Yeah.
from the,
We'll just have to let them do whatever they do,
Okay.
because that'll be the court, and
She will
they're not
also-
even.
administrative officer of the court.
I would suspect the state's going to follow suit.
Yeah, they'll just be all.
Well, I think what we can do, maybe we can get, an email to that clerk at the scheduled court and let them
Probably
know.
This is the first year because it's
Because it's the first year, that's right. Because it's a federal holiday, I think.
Yeah,
The
right.
banks
But
will be
it wasn't a
closed,
federal
all
holiday. I
federal
don't think
buildings
until
will be
after last
closed.
year's.
Monday.
They'll recognize it on Monday because it follows on actual Sunday.
Yeah.
Alright,
But
So
I'm
we'll
pretty sure our
get a,
employees
will that
work
be
Friday.
a resolution or?
yes, it would need to be a resolution.
So we'll have that resolution for the next court board meeting.
And it would be basically amending section 4 under, and it's under hours of work, section C for the holidays listed.
I got it there.
Alright. Is there any other business that needs to come before the personnel committee today? Anything from our elected officials? Judge, you have anything?
We've got quite a bit going on. I don't know of anything that, fair to update right now. We are moving forward on the punch list. We have a number of activities to do there. We're close to finishing the courthouse. And, we're looking forward to that completion so that we can get moved in.
We're gonna be involved.
I don't know of anybody here that has, well, yes, there is a couple of people, one that won't be here next year because they couldn't run. But I would like to make a recommendation that if we get it open before the end of the year, that we hold when we open it, we hold our next court meeting in that building. If that's possible.
Why don't you wait and see when we're ready to open?
That's why I'm not giving you a date, I'm still looking at October, I just don't know what year.
Let's decide that in about 30 days before.
Are we gonna have a party?
Yeah.
We
We're gonna
should.
open now. You really? Yeah, but
Some of our corn court members ought to have a good one by their field, so we got a lot of heat behind.
Alright, so you have nothing else?
He could talk about electric.
Accept the motion to adjourn?
Second.
I second it. We're
You got
done.
all of it.
Second it.